Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those of us who are more creative. I am the furriest of Isle, and I am doing it without a wig cap. I'll put it on later, I just can't be bothered, as you can probably tell from my face. What was I doing again? Sorry, I am half asleep. So I am doing, in fairness, it's been a while since, between my glam boy look and my drag look, because I've had performances and stuff like that. So, yeah, it is a mixture of two. So it is what month is this? Because it's not this month, it's last month. January, February, March. So this is the February box. I haven't got the March box yet, so it's very late. But in terms of it being a cohorted unboxing, it's also a review of the, I can never say the brand's name, is it L'Oreal Cosmetics? In collaboration with the drag queen Ongina, Life's a Celebration. I got this at DragCon, and I'm so glad I did. I have such a funny story about it. So, like, I opened it up when I first got it, and I was like, oh, that's a very cute palette. It's very sweet, very, like, I just thought it was good, especially for the price. I think it's about £18 or something like that. I thought it was very cute. And I showed my friend it, Ash Bestos, go follow her, on her Instagram, and because they're amazing and hilarious. But I showed them it, and as soon as they opened it, they found the other side, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know there was another side. It is pretty freaking impressive, especially for the price. Worked well for my glam boy look, and it's obviously going to work well for my drag look. It's made by a drag queen. Come on. I'm not used to the camera here. I've tried to set it up a bit differently because the bigger, like, platform is unfortunately shorter. However, it always falls off my taller one because it's smaller. I don't know whether I like it because I'm finding it hard to put it in. Okay, so I'm going to read, yes, I burped, like, weirdly. I'm going to read the passage that's on it. It's very, very sweet. Like, it actually almost made me emotional when I read it in my glam boy look. Okay, so also, bear in mind, I am dyslexic, so this is going to be rough reading. Thank you so much for purchasing my palette in celebration of Pride with Lurella Cosmetics. I think it's something like that. I dedicate this to the LGBTQIA+ community as a celebration of our lives as we continue to fight for acceptance. As we grow together, I hope that one day people will change to see us for who we are. Our souls find sincerity, and we can continue to live openly and proudly. To my trans family who fight daily and is fearless of their truth, your beauty, grace and confidence inspires and teaches me to be myself daily. For the people of colour who remain strong and resilient in fighting inequality and racism, I salute your bravery, and I will continue to support you as a Filipino immigrant. To my husband, whose love is patient, and to my family, friends, fans and allies, without you, I could not be the artist that I am. Your love, support and consistent reminder of how my art of drag inspires you continues to challenge me to always reach for the stars. You'll see that the names I've added to the colours represent a little bit of my life and how proud I am to be who I am. This is a first for me, and I wanted it to include different aspects from my childhood, growing up, my time on television, and now as a proud fanboy and Filipino gay drag queen. I'm so proud of this palette and incredibly shocked. I've never thought this would ever happen, so thank you and happy Pride. Always remember, life is a celebration. With love, Ongina. Oh, they were so sweet also when I met them. Like, they were very like invested in what I did and like how long I'd been performing, and shared their shots when I said I was under a year old. Which, by the way, my anniversary is coming up soon. It's at the 11th or 13th. I need to remember what Drag Wars was last year. Anyway, yeah, Ongina's amazing. Sweet, kind, lovely, beautiful, and I'm very honoured to have met them. With that said, let's get on with the unboxing and review. I'm trying to think of what to do first. Do I do my makeup first, or do I unbox it first? You'd think I'd know these things by now, wouldn't you? Okay, so I unboxed first. So I've technically already done the palette, so not doing the palette again. I'm quickly going to say that I will be adding in a Huda Beauty Cheeky Tint blush to review, because as I said in my last video, I brought all of them because I really like them. I've only done the one that I got from the Cult Beauty advent calendar, which has gone for drag because it's a very bright coral that can very much be used for glam boy, but can also be used for drag. The Perky Peach one's too subtle for drag, so I put it, it's okay for glam boy, but I prefer it on like bare skin, like when I'm just going out to do something. Anyway, so this one is Proud Pink, and I mean it's bright pink, so I'm gathering it will be like, you could build it up and everything. I'm sure you could build it up, because that's something that I've realised with them, that even the Perky Peach one, if it was for some reason the only product I had for blush, I could build it up to a place where it could be acceptable for drag and glam boy, but it's not a colour that I'd go for, because it gives you that soft, really soft, subtle flush, where these sort of colours are a lot more bright and pigmented and will obviously build to be a brighter colour. Anyway, so this box, I keep forgetting what month it is, February, is in collaboration with the brand Illamasqua. I love that brand's packaging, like it really speaks to my love of elegant gothness. It's quite small, the collection, as you can see. Bit disappointing. I was expecting something a bit more impressive, because I was excited when I realised it was with the brand Illamasqua, but oh well, let's show you the first product. Okay, and the first product is the Illamasqua Hydrating Setting Spray, 100ml in dewy finish, and it's £20. Illamasqua's Hydrating Setting Spray helps lock your makeup look in place while creating a flawless dewy effect. This lightweight face mist dries quickly, aiding makeup longevity with a skin-loving formula. Pea peptides are rich in amino acid, leading to bursts of moisture to thirsty complexions. Designed to hydrate, the mist aims to keep your look fresher for longer, even under extreme temperatures. The vegan setting spray gives an instant revitalized feel, equipping makeup with stronger staying power, vegan and cruelty free. I will be back, my phone's going off. Okay, so sounds very much like a more expensive version of my go-to Beauty Bay one, or the Elf one that I'm really liking in the green packaging. So I used to basically use setting spray like a mist, like between powdering stages and that. But I don't really do that anymore. I tend to go for an actual skincare mist that says that it will refresh makeup after like powdering and that. I take these kind of sprays out with me. So if I'm going out to a gig, going out to go out on a night out, I'll take these with me because one, it's refreshing, and two, it's setting spray. I'm trying not to review it now because I've already used it for my glam boy look, but yes, packaging's very simple. I didn't like, it's very crazy, but like, I don't think you're going to see it in there in this, but if I remember, but if you go to like their eyeshadow palettes, their highlighters, their primers, the packaging is very like well made and very gothic and elegant. I don't remember directly, but I don't think you're going to see it from the products I've got, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like, I wouldn't pay £20 for it. I already know that. I shouldn't review it yet, but I am, because I've already used it. I just want to say that, like, this is no better than the Beauty Bay one or the Elf one, which are not £20 and way cheaper. Anyway. Okay, next product is the Illamasqua Gel Sculpt. £25 in the shade Silhouette. Achieve a sculpted and chiseled complexion with this. A sheer contouring gel that helps create a subtle, natural look. Definition on the contours of your face. Perfect for defining your cheekbones, jawlines, forehead. The gel formula creates delicate shadows on the face. Apply to facial contours where shadows will be naturally cast, enhancing your face shape to enliven natural features. Easy to blend, the formula will leave your face looking, where did it go? Looking naturally chiseled and sculpted. Okay, so this at first made me very angry in the glam boy look, and then I ended up loving it. Do not, under any circumstance, go on your face like that, because it just removes your makeup. You take I suppose a brush or a sponge. I believe I took a sponge in the end, and you stamp it on, and it is phenomenal for a glam boy look. However, it is subtle, so I do not think it's going to go well for drag. £25, it's so expensive, but I absolutely love it. Like, go and watch my glam boy look with this box, because my love for this changed so intensely during it. Like, I'm even tempted to buy it again, and I am reviewing it now. You know what? I give up. I'm just going to do it like that and then use it on camera. I'm going to do it however the hell I feel like it. I do not think this is going to go well for drag, because it's just not going to be pigmented enough. But I've got to try. Okay, so the Illamasqua waterproof mascara in the shade Raven. An ultra black mascara with nourishing castor seed oil and vitamin E, £20. Define lashes from root to tip with this. The jet black formula works to lengthen, volumize and curl the lashes, encouraging a fuller looking flutter. Enhanced with castor seed oil and vitamin E, this vegan mascara nourishes fibres, conditioning them to support a soft and silky result. The mascara is equipped with thick bristle brush to coat each lash and promote an even coverage for a fanned out effect. To be honest, I don't remember how this was, so it obviously didn't make a massive impression for whatever reason. Would I pay? I'm in a difficult place with mascara, because in drag, that would be my dog. In drag, it doesn't really matter. In drag, it doesn't really matter because I wear lashes. However, out of drag, glam boy look, it's definitely important to have a really good mascara, and I will splurge on a mascara just for my glam boy look. My favourite go-tos are either the Princess Lash from Essence or the Jeffree Star Cosmetic Footproof one. This didn't make a massive impression, so I'm gathering it wasn't all that great. But we'll see. Okay, next product is the Illamasqua Beyond Liquid Highlighter in OMG, £24. Add a splash of dazzling shine wherever you go. The lightweight formula of the liquid highlighter glides across your skin, leaving a dewy, subtle, finished look, while never sinking into pores and creating a cakey, overdone aesthetic. Oh, you can never overdo a highlighter. Smooth and creamy, the liquid highlighter can even be mixed with your foundation for a striking, multi-dimensional sparkle that looks as though you've been sprinkled with fairy dust. The highlighter works to add depth and definition to the high points of your face, making cheekbones, cupid's bow, brow bone even more eye-catching. The buildable formula allows you to top up your glow throughout the day, or to create a more bold, dramatic gleam that allows you to conform to the current glass skin trends being seen across the beauty community. Complete with a Rion Champagne Pearl Shimmer, the liquid highlighter is the ultimate addition to your cosmetic routine, allowing you to achieve an ethereal shimmer in seconds. Okay, so like, I remember this being too light and it either taking off makeup or leaving a horrendous white cast. It could have been both, to be honest with you. But I also think I remember it being like a really nice formula as well. I said that like if it was on my skin, like if it was my colour, it would have been a nice highlighter, especially for boy glam. Bit nervous because I don't remember particularly what was wrong with it, but there was something that was wrong with it. I obviously don't mix sparkly liquid highlighters or liquid highlighters in general in my drag because I like my base to be like matte-ish, and I add like synthetic glow to it, so like a shimmery bronzer or shimmery blush or highlighter. So like I do that. I don't want the glow that I have with like in my foundation and that I have with my glam boy look. Don't particularly remember what was wrong with it. I still don't. Anyway, it would have its benefits because I would use it out of drag as like all over the face thing that I do, and I would use it on the body if nothing else. So it has a place no matter what. I would not pay £25 for it. Absolutely not. Like, a part of me, I remember so vividly like going, this would be alright in my colour, and like I was tempted to buy my shade in it, but I don't think I could spend £25 on this. I mean, it's not even that big really. Okay, and the final product is the Illamasqua Ultra Matte Lipstick in the shade Bare, £17. Intensify your pout with this. Bursting the bold, show-stopping pigment, this matte lipstick cloaks your lips in a pop of seamless, shine-free colour. The lipstick arrives in a range of versatile hues to suit all skin tones, designed to amp up any makeup look in a single swipe. Presenting tones that range from natural and subtle to bright and vibrant, the pigment-rich formula glides on smoothly for a cushiony, comfortable finish. The vegan lipstick resists crease, bleeding and printing with ultra matte coverage. Okay, boasting... Oh, it's about to go off, sorry. Anyway, boasting supreme colour, payoff and long-lasting wear, this Illamasqua lipstick enhances your power as the statement piece of any outfit. Intense, rich and enigmatic. Use this lip colour to boost complexions with flawless flush of pigment. Okay, so I've had the minis of like Illamasqua lipsticks before. I thought it was called the antimatter, unless there's like a different brand. I have no idea. This packaging's a bit more like elegant and gothy. I just really wish they'd put a highlighter in so I could show you what I mean. Yeah, like, it's my kind of nude. I would wear a nude-ish like that. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I'd wear it out of drag, I'd wear it in drag. Well, I don't wear lipsticks out of drag, you know what I mean, like my glam boy look. So, I guess I will get to the first spot of the first product. I will be back. I've got a really itchy nose and I don't know why. Also, just for the benefit of the doubt, I've took the smoothing effect off. God, my hair. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably going to get into the vibe of not putting the wig cap on until the end, so this is what you're going to see quite often. Okay, so the first product, I've tried it. It's just not, it's not a drag product. It's just not. I mean, the description of it, this is the gel contour stick, by the way. I mean, the description of it, you know it's not a drag product or anything like that, but like, it is the sheerest contour stick ever, and it is brilliant out of drag, but it's not obviously in drag. So normally obviously I just draw it on and buff it out. This is going to be a sheer contour day. Hopefully the powder comes into play. So can you see it? I'm going to have to go with that. But even though it's so not for drag, it's still working. It's just very, very light. Which is what I want for boy glam, but not for drag. Anyone who has a contour like this for drag is weird. In my humble opinion. But yeah, it's definitely do not go on like that because it just takes off makeup. While it's very nice and very for boy glam, of course, it's not a beginner product either. Like, it is quite difficult to use. Especially if you're just used to going straight on the face. And obviously, for boy glam, I wouldn't use this much product. I'm just trying to get it as pigmented as possible for this. I've totally done that too high. I'm going to have to go back in with it. But you can see it, can't you? You can see the contour it's giving. I'm going to have to do the other side again. Fuck. Good thing it's light. Meaning I can go over it. I'm just going to fix the other side and then I'll be back to do the jaw. Okay, by the way, I put a wig cap on. Yeah, my hair was an absolute hindrance. Okay, so I'm trying to work out how to do this. I mean, it's just... it's hard to say. You should just go and watch my boy glam one when it comes to reviewing this, because it is a complicated but really nice product for soft glam contouring. It's just obviously not made for drag, but I'm reviewing it as a drag queen, so I'm doing it. It's just very, very soft, but it is beautiful at the same time. But to me, softness does not go with drag, so... Okay, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it, to be honest with you. Okay, so on to the next product. Okay, so this is literally the lightest my contour has ever been at this stage. Okay, so for the blush, this Huda Beauty one, I wouldn't say it's the pink that I thought it was. Like, I don't know, I just expected, it says Proud Pink, I expected like a really obvious, obnoxious pink. I would say this is got that hint. I, by the way, love coral peachy blushes. I would say that this pink does have a hint of coral peachiness to it, which, to be honest with you, I have one called Perky Peach, I have one called Coral Cutie. You would think that they would go a bit more obvious, this is pink. Do you know what I mean? Instead of having that hint to it, I would obviously still use it as it's buildable and everything, so I can get it to a bright place. I just thought it was going to be more pink. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't expecting the peach hint to it. And I have to admit, doing my blusher is helping me map out where my contour, like, where it would obviously be. Because it is there, it's just very soft. I mean, I just love these blushes though. There's just something about it because it has that glow to it, but they're pigmented and they're just so smooth to put on and blend that I really, really like about them. Okay, I think I may be done. And as you can tell, it may take longer, but I love a good buildable blush, and these are buildable. Okay, I think I'm done. I don't know why that side seems brighter. Or it's just me being blush obsessed. I don't know if it's the lighting. It could be the lighting, actually, to be honest with you. Okay, good enough. Okay. Oh, the next one. I'm not looking forward to the next one. Okay, so it's the liquid highlighter, and I think I may have found a way to use it as a liquid highlighter. So it still has that bit of a white cast to it. However, over a cream blush, I feel like it mixes in with it and makes it less white. So that's good. Also, yeah, I believe it's when I use it with a sponge or a brush that it removes the product. If I lightly go in with my finger, it doesn't like remove all the product underneath it, or at least it didn't on this side. So it better not on this side. But it's very, very bright and sparkly. But the more you obviously pat and everything, it shears out. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit messy. Like, it's a bit runny, which I don't remember it being when I did Boy Glam, but oh well. But like, how dare it cut me off? Yeah, it's very messy. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it is pretty, and I like how it blended so easily with a blush that took off that white cast. I believe I didn't use a bright blush like this in my Boy Glam, so it just was really it just left a really bad white cast. I don't normally put highlighter all over the bush area, but I did on this side because it was so messy, so I'm going to have to do it on this side. I wouldn't buy it, it's a bit too lack of control, but it's okay, and it definitely shines, and I could see how it can be built up to a really pigmented highlighter, but it can also be really shaded out. However, I used it better with my fingers because the sponge, as I said, and all that seemed to take off the makeup. Okay, so I am going to be back with the next product, which I believe involves a palette. Okay, so the next is the nose contour. Oh, I look like I have no contour on, and it hurts my soul a little bit. Okay, so this palette, Ongina's palette, has obviously contour, shades, and blush and highlighter. So I'm going to be using them. I mean, it is a drag palette at the end of the day, of course it has those things. I'm going to go in with the darkest one for my nose contour. I don't know how this will go, to be honest with you. Oh, this is so difficult, I don't know what to do. Okay, oh gosh, that's darker than I thought. Oh well. I'm gonna have... this is because of the lack of contour, it's making me nervous. Oh well. Why is it so dark? Let's try a bit of this lighter one and see if I can manipulate it. Oh well. I've had darker nose contour before, believe me. We're just gonna go a bit crazy today. Clearly. Oh wow. Oh well, I've got to commit to it. That going with dark shade was maybe a mistake. But oh. Oh wow, that's so dark. The powder's very smooth and blends very well. I need to go and sort this out, and I'm not going to be able to do it on camera. Yeah, tell me never to moan about the lack of contour ever again. I'm beginning to think I had probably a bit of black on the brush, and I have completely and utterly fucked it. But I'm hoping maybe the eye that I do, I'm just going to have to do a really dark eye. I was going to do a trans flag inspired eye, but I don't think it's going to go well. I'm never to moan about the lack of contour again, because this is what happens when it's the lack of contour. Oh my god, it's so bad, but I can't redo it. Okay, so I'm now going to take the highlighter shade in Iconic and highlight this nose. Wow, it's a very pigmented highlighter. Like, this is without any spray or anything like that. It's very pretty. It does, the nose does look more severe on camera than it does in real life, I will say that. Oh wow, that's very bright now. It's very light. I'm kind of nervous to use it on the cheeks because I feel like it may leave a white cast. I don't really remember. It has like a gold sheen within it, which I like a lot. God, the nose, it looks so dark on camera. Don't get me wrong, it's dark in real life as well, but it's not as dark as it is on there. Gosh. I'm beginning to think I had a bit of black on this. In all fairness, I haven't washed my brushes yet since going out, so my gigs, so maybe that's karma. Wow. Let's get these eyebrows on. Hopefully they might help out a bit. Okay, so I haven't been able to do the ombre brow that I like. However, I feel like having black eyebrows has evened out the nose a little bit. Not massively, but it's better than it did without eyebrows. Okay, for the blush. I have to admit, the blush doesn't stay as vibrant when I set it with the Coty Airspun, but that is a thick, heavy powder. It probably would be alright for my boy glam and all that. And the highlight, you can definitely still see it, especially more on this side. I'm beginning to think the light on this side doesn't help, but unfortunately, I am poor and I don't have the ability to buy stuff at the minute. And the next thing is very much a microphone. Okay, so I'm going to be using Flora, the blush in the palette. It's a pinky, rosy kind of colour. Not really my kind of blush colour, but it will go with the blush that's underneath. Okay. I've been starting to do like the blush first, to be honest with you, and then the contour, because I just like the way it blends better. Okay. It's actually got more of a purple hint to it than I remember. So I'm just going to stamp. I may have to put a bit more on than usual because of obviously I feel like the blush underneath hasn't really stayed as pigmented as I would have liked. It's definitely got a more purple hint to it than I remember. And like it's less berry, more purpley, pinky kind of colour. It's a bit difficult with the lack of contour of where to do it, but I think I'm doing alright. It's pretty pigmented from the very start. Like I would have liked it a bit more buildable, but this is also drag, so it's not really all that bad. I mean, you can't have too much blush in drag in my opinion. I think that's it. I'm going to go and do the other side and then the contour. Actually, you know what? I think that suits the undertone of the cream blush as well. Just quickly going to say, even though it's very, very pigmented from your offset and maybe a little bit difficult to blend, I actually really like this blush. Like, I've got it to a place that's really bang. Anyway, time for the contour. Do I want to risk going in with that really dark one again? Absolutely I do. Okay, I have just been heavy-handed and broke it. Oops. The testosterone's kicking in, clearly. So, God, it's literally not even there. I'm going to do that. And this is using the dark one, what's it called? Cuson City, or something like that. Sorry if I butchered that. Okay.
Gosh, it is dark. I'm actually going to do a mixture of the two. Cusion City and SFDM, which is a liar one above. And I feel like the mixture actually makes my kind of go-to. Oh, my contour's coming back. I've missed you. You're normally here far more soon. Okay. Contours blending fairly well into the blush. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here we are. Gonna cut it up a little bit because it is going into my cheek area. It may be ever so slightly patchy, just a little bit. But it's doing its job. I have to, like, on a powder level, I could totally get into drag using this palette. Actually, powdery, the patchiness seems to, I don't really know how to say it, disappear, I guess, when, as, you buff and that. It's still ever so slightly, but it's not massively noticeable. Okay, gonna do a bit more cutting of the cheek. I'm not gonna lie, I also normally would have a much smoother face because I haven't shaved in a couple of days, where normally I shave the night before. Leave me alone. I planned to go to London, okay, and I shaved my face. Then it didn't happen because I was scammed. So yeah, I haven't shaved since Tuesday, Wednesday. I quickly went over with my Gillette shaver thing, but normally I do that and I do a proper shave and my face is like egg smooth. It's not that. I can definitely see my eyebrows, I can definitely see my moustache area. This is always there, but it's even more prominent than usual. Okay, so I'm gonna do the other cheek on the other side and then I'll do the rest of the face on camera later. Okay, so a little nervous about the forehead because it's gonna go pretty dark, but doesn't matter, it's dark anyway. I've got to get over it. My nose is dark, so the rest of the contour's got to be dark. This is what happens to me, you know, when I'm spooked about the lack of something or too much of something, I then go in the exact opposite direction and screw myself over. I would say, while this palette is very cute and very obviously for drag because it's made for a drag queen, if you're not a drag queen or a beginner drag performer or a beginner period, I would say just go in with a much lighter hand because the shades are very pigmented, like straight off, and it's hard to take away because you can't take away. Oh god. It must be saying be soft-handed, and that's what I did. I'm just going to be very, very contoured and very, very dark, as you can tell. I do like that glow though, like from that highlighter you can still see it, like it's kind of crazy. Well, actually it'll be a mixture of the highlighter and the blush glow, but you can still see it, like that's what I definitely like for like my boy glow and that. Okay, I think contouring may be done. I have to admit it's pretty wild with the bright pink blush, but this is drag at the end of the day, and it's about being wild. No, good enough. Now, arguably, some people would say that these are contour and bronzer shades. However, I don't do like super matte bronzer. I do bronzer with either a satin or even a slight highlighty kind of glow to it. So I'm going to use my usual one. And I literally go all over the face. Like, I know that like you have certain areas that you put like blush and stuff, bronzer and stuff, but heck, I am about like trying to even out the whiter parts of my face. I don't even know why I'm doing this on camera. I think it's because I was going to say that I'm not using the one because maybe you suspected me to use it, or you know, maybe I'm just being kind and doing more stuff on camera. But like, yeah, I don't. It's more just hit warmth where my really, really white areas are on my face, and to also just blend a lot of it in. Okay, and we are on to the eyes. Okay, so as I said, I was going to start connecting blush into the eyes. So I'm going to take the blush shade Flora, and put it all over the lid. I don't know why I've come on to just say that. I'm going to do this eye. It's so weird doing this eye, not this eye. I'm going to do this eye, show you it, then come back and do this one on camera. Okay, so this is the eye I came up with. Pretty crazy. Was inspired by the trans pride flag, not to insinuate that we're crazy. Well, I am, but whatever. Okay, so let me show you how I did it. First I'm going to do the highlighting section that I totally forgot to do. It's this highlighter, iconic. It's very, 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 very messy and fallouty. It's way, way too light for my skin. Like, it leaves a white cast like hell. But however, you can go into like the blusher that you use and like mix it up a bit, but you can still see it, can't you? That white cast. But I've got to use it. So I wouldn't use this as a highlighter. I would probably just use it as another eyeshadow in this palette. But you can very much see it even takes away like the pink of the blush and that at first, because it's very pigmented, but it's just not my shade, so it leaves a white cast. So going in with this brush that I use to do the pink of the eyeshadow base, I just try to blend it in a bit more. It doesn't go fantastically, but it's the best that I can do. I then took the Jeffree Star Extreme Glitter in Lick My Glit, and I patted it on. I wanted it to be quite obnoxious, and obnoxious it is. Let's just take my contour brush to try and softly blend it in. Okay, so let's show you how I did this. I took the shade, where is the palette? There it is. I took the shade Ella, and I only put that in the crease. Like, that is the only one in the crease, because I just wanted a bit darker, not much darker, just a bit darker than the base, which is obviously the blush shade. This is I'm not surprised if it does, because hello, drag queen, we want pressed pigments, we want crazy colours. This is probably going to make it look like I've got pink eye for the next couple of days, but oh well. So I literally, being lazy, literally just put that one in the crease, which I normally do. Like, because obviously I'm in such a rush when I do a gig, my eye is very much one in the crease, and that's it. This is a very, very eye sort of situation that I would do for doing a gig. Do you know what I mean? Like, I tend to be, on a Saturday when I'm just doing my makeup for like social media and that, I very, very much, I tend to be a bit more complicated and a bit more inventive. But when I've got a show, I literally just put it on, really. So, about there. I then took the bigger one and just took a bit more of the blush shade in Flora and buffed it out a bit. Not massively so, because I then put the highlighting bit on it. I then cut the crease. I don't know why I'm doing this on camera. I will be back. Okay, so with the crease cut, I then took the shade Orient, Orient, Orient Seas, something like that. Very, very bright blue. I will say the shimmers in this palette are beautiful. Like, they are, in my opinion, way better than the mattes. The mattes are fine, like, they're alright mattes, but the shimmers literally overshine them, literally, pun intended. They're just, I have just dropped all my rhinestones. Oh well, I'll clean them up later. Anyway, with the same blue shade. Okay, With that one done, I then did the pink. The pink is PP Galore, I think. That one there, very, very bright and very, very pigmented. The shimmers are very pigmented, very creamy, very shimmery. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think the shimmers outshine the mattes. And like, this is without spraying my face or the brush or anything like that. They're just that pigmented from the very start. Literally just stamp it on like that. I connected them about there, but I then went in with a fluffy brush. I went into the shade Iggy, the bright white shimmer, and I buffed it in the centre. Like, the fact that it shows up like that with a fluffy brush and very light handed work, for me anyway, is impressive. But I did spray. Oh, it's so beautiful. I think it is a... I'm not completely sure, you don't quote me on it. But it is... I think it is a little more expensive to buy, like, from the site now. Obviously, I got this at DragCon when I met Ongina, and I believe it was a bit cheaper because it meant that you could go and meet her while, obviously, buying the palette. But it's not much more, I don't think. Okay. I then, strangely, I did this bit. I don't normally do this bit. Yeah, but I did it anyway. I took the same Iggy shade. I first planted it on with a pencil brush, like that. And then I took a fluffier brush. I actually took the one that has the blush shade on it, and I just buffed it out and blended it in, so it wasn't such a harsh edge. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, this palette does have quite a bit of fallout. Like, it's a pretty messy palette. I'm not all that concerned because when I brush it away, it like sort of brushes away quite easily. It doesn't like sit there under your eyes. I'm then now going to do the eyeliner. I don't know why I came back on just to say that. Okay, so the next one I use, I'm doing the under eye, Haunty? I think it's Haunty. So, I started using thicker, fluffier brushes for the under eye because I have to remember to take it down further because of my bottom lashes. So I just did that, really. And then I took another one and I did the shade Ella again. And buffed it out around it. English. The blue, I have to admit, did turn the pink quite darker, which I wasn't expecting. I wanted it to stay as bright as the top, but it doesn't really matter. The this side has actually gone a bit smoother than this one. Oh well. I do sort of flick between the blue and the pink because I have to admit they're both very pigmented and they seem to wash both out, like overpower each other quite easily. Oh, I do not like this side at all, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna have to find the highlighter and put a bit over it. Anyway, so that was that. This side's gone way better. Okay, so for the inner corner, I took Iggy. I did spray my face again, wherever I put it. And taking the shade Iggy, I packed it on basically. And I do go quite like under my eye as well to like connect with the bottom lash line. Okay. And with that done, I then took the glitter and did the crease. So as usual, I literally just follow the cutout. I do go down here as well. Okay, while that's getting tacky, I will find my stamping on, and I've decided to use like this pinky iridescent foil from Glitter King Cosmetics. And literally, I just sit and stamp it. Not gonna lie, this is a bit harder to work with, but the effect's pretty cool. It looks like you've got broken pink glass on your eyes. And like, I also kind of like it in the sense of like, even though it's a bit harder to like pick up and use, because it gives that broken glass effect, it's not exactly like vital for it to be all that neat, where if you use glitter you've got to be like really neat, in my opinion. But also just layering on the glue where you want it helps, because it obviously sticks to it. Oh, nice doing this on camera. I don't normally do these on camera. Okay, maybe just a little bit more on that bit there. I think this tied in really well because it has like pink and blue reflex, because it's like pink and iridescent. And it also ties in with the rhinestone that I put there because it's white, but it's got like pink and blue reflex when it hits the light. Okay, with that done, I am going to stick on the rhinestones now. When I find what I did with the glue, there it is. I can't believe I dropped the rhinestones everywhere, I'm so annoyed. Okay, so I put a bit there, bit here, here, and here. where I find it hard to like, because it's like a rough stop, I put rhinestones, basically. I'm going to, yeah, I dropped the white ones, so it's the white ones that I only need one of them. Okay, so it's so much fun. Like, I've really gotten into like rhinestones and all that, and glitter, and I didn't think I was ever going to be one of those queens that's like really, really like, it's glamorous, but like not like chic glam. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very glittery, it's very sparkly, it's very in your face, very fake. And I didn't think I was going to be like that. I thought I was going to be one of those ones that was very nudish, but also alternative in a way. But I personally feel like when it comes to drag, I am literally whatever. Like, I do whatever I want. I don't think I really have a theme. I have to admit, I am still kind of missing my gem there, so I don't know whether to bring it back or to try and add more. Like, but I don't know where I would stop. Do you know what I mean? I don't really want to go really crazy with it. But like, then I also feel like I need some of there still. Okay, I added 2 more. I don't know whether... I mean, it is quite cool. But that's because I'm obsessed with bling. That's why. Okay. I decided I was going to put it there first, but most of my wigs tend to go like that. So I thought that, well, if I want them shown, I'm going to have to put them in the front of it. I was thinking of putting another one in the corner, but I don't know if I want to risk that. But yeah, okay, next product. I've done the eyes. It's mascara. That's what it is. I'm gonna curl my lashes and I will be right back. Okay, so for this mascara, I've already done this eye. It's fucking awful. I hate it so much. So the brush is way too big. Like, for the bottom lashes, it's incredibly difficult to use. It's a very, very watery, wet formula. And I hate watery, wet formulas for mascaras. Like, they just get everywhere. They're so messy. It lengthens a little bit. Nothing crazy. I suppose it separates a bit as well. But, like, I wouldn't say it's anything like they describe it. It is very black, I'll give them that. But it's just not doing enough, and the brush is just so difficult to use. It's way too big. Okay, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Good thing I'm wearing lashes. Okay, so after that, it is the lashes, I guess. Ugh, terrible. I'm sorry, but that mascara is not worth it. It's probably, it's just not for me. Like, it doesn't do enough, and which would be fine. But the fact that it's watery, it's like it's turning my white eyeliner black as well. That proves how watery it is. Okay, I'm gonna go and put my lashes on. Okay, and for this product, it's the lipstick in the shade, the Ultra Matte lipstick in the shade Bear. Okay. Very pinky kind of nude. Kind of nude I would use. Very, very matte. Like, there's no shine to it whatsoever. However, what's really strange about it is that even though it's matte, like really matte. It's also really, really creamy, which is kind of strange because I find some mattes are very like hard to put on. Okay. So, it's very pretty like this. Like, I would very much wear it like this. Obviously, if I was going to do a performance, I would put a bit of a glittery eye gloss on top of it to, like, make sure it stays there and turns into a... Almost like I'm basically setting it, because I'm setting it with a glitter powder, so it will stay there easier. However, since I'm not going out, I'm just going to be using a lip gloss, and I thought I'd go pretty crazy with Jeffree Star gloss in Smack Me, because it's Smack Me, Spank Me, because it's bright pink with blue shimmer in it, and drag and trans. And even though it looks absolutely insane in the bottle, it almost matches the pink hue to the nude lip. So now it looks like a pinkish nude lip that has bluish, silvery kind of shimmer in it. Okay, so I am going to put on my wig, and oh no, I won't. Last product, the hydrating setting spray. It smells alright. It doesn't have a massively obvious fragrance. It just smells a bit fresh. Obviously, I can't tell as long wearing on some of it, but it's definitely hydrating. Like, my skin feels refreshed already, and I probably could get away with using it like in between steps because it's definitely got that facial mist act to it. Okay, so I'm going to put on a wig and I'll be right back. You see, my makeup's alright. Like, I was terrified in the nose situation, but it's all balanced out in the end. Okay, and I am here. I was going to say I'm back, but I'm a totally different person, can't you tell? Anyway, so, my review. So, maybe I should go through each. I'm trying to remember which ones I used. The gel sculpt stick. Definitely not for drag. However, it's very good for non-drag. Go see my Glam Boy look for the result of that. Highlighter, not my shade, but very pretty. I'm trying to remember the mascara. I absolutely despise it. The mist is alright, I think. I mean, it reminds me very much of the Beauty Bay one, so I highly doubt that it's going to be some of that I don't use, because I'll use it as I do the Beauty Bay one. The lipstick, I like it's a good lipstick. I don't really know how to say it's a lipstick. Is that it? Was that it? I think that was it. If not, oh well. Okay, so obviously that was the box. The box, I think it's kind of pathetic in a way. There could have been many different there could have been many more products that they could have put in, like makeup wise and stuff. Like a highlighter if nothing else would have made it better, like a powder one, not just a liquid one. Just some more products, because I really like the brand Illamasqua, especially for like boy glam. And I just wanted to also show off like the packaging and stuff, because the packaging of like their highlighters and eyeshadows and all that is really, really cool. But you couldn't really see that this time, could you? So I feel like there could have been way more in it, and it's kind of disappointing. That's a review of the box. Huda Beauty blush. I was expecting a more pink blush. Like, I wasn't really expecting the peachy hint to it, because you had Coral Cutie, you had Perky Peach, which I've reviewed both. You would think that they would go with a solid pink kind of colour, because Proud Pink, and you have the other two. So I kind of wish it had that, like, bright pinkness to it. But it's still really nice, and I would definitely use it. And I could probably use it for all. Like the other three, I could use it for drag, I could use it for boy glam, and I could use it out, because it's very buildable and cute. The palette. I love the palette. I love it so much. And yes, I love it because Ongina made it. But like, and I love like the theme behind it and everything. It's a very beautiful message. It's a bit of a difficult palette to work with, so maybe not for beginners. Like, I could see how I'll be back. Anyway, I can see how, like, for beginners it might be quite hard to use, because it's very, the mattes are just a bit harder to blend, the shimmers are very pigmented. Some of the formulas, like the highlighter one, can get everywhere. Like, it's pretty messy, but it's a good palette. Like, hello, look at this look that I've done with it. It's also an all face palette. Like if you're just someone who uses powders, so like you've done like your foundation, you could get into drag or glam with this palette. Very bright, but it can also be very neutral. I should really set it out. So like, it's very bright, but it's also very neutral, and obviously the message behind it is beautiful. I will say that the shimmers, in my opinion, are a lot better than the mattes. The mattes are still completely usable, of course. And for the price, which is $20, I'll look it up for you. So it's $25, so I want to say about £22, £23 probably. I got it for about 18, as I said, at DragCon, or something like that. It was something like that, right? It was definitely cheaper at DragCon. Yeah, I recommend it. It's a good palette. I just think that for newbies it might be a bit more difficult. I would say it's very much a drag palette. Like, it's very pigmented and very bang. I mean, it's made by a drag queen, but you know what I mean. Like, so I think if you're just the average glamour person, then just maybe go in with light hand and all that, because obviously you don't have contour like this, and you don't have eyes like this. So yes. I think that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you